In this problem, we are going to look at how to solve problem based on Newton's law. We've got a man who pulls 15 kg crate by using a rope. So that means the mass is given as 15 kg and it makes an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. So we have got an angle of 45, so theta is equal to 45 degrees. Then the tension is given as 120 Newton, with which the rope is pulling the crate, and the coefficient of friction is 0.5, which we can write as mu equal to 0.5. Now we have to draw the free body diagram for the crate. So we have already got tension labeled. We have to draw the the force of gravity, which is acting vertically downwards, and it's given by mg, and we know the value of m is 15, g is 10, so we get it as 150 Newton. Then we have normal force, which is Fn acting vertically upwards, and the friction opposite to the direction of motion, which is left in this case. Now the tension force is making an angle of 45 degree with the x-axis. So that means we have to find the components of the tension force. And for that we have to first check where is the angle. We can see that the angle is 45 degree and it's with the x-axis. So we are going to find the x and y components of the tension. The x component will get the cosine because it's making the angle 45 degree. So the x component will be t cosine 45. Let me just write that down here, t cosine 45 degrees. Whereas the y component will be t sine 45 degrees. Now we know that to solve such problems we had done some steps in the class. So the first step was to draw the free body diagram, and which we have already done. And the second step was to apply Newton's second law, that is sigma F equal to ma for the x-axis and for y-axis. So that's what we will do now next. Now we can see that in part A it's asking for the normal force. That means we have to calculate the normal force which is on the y-axis. So we are going to apply sigma F equal to ma for the y-axis. Let's see how to do that. Sigma F y is equal to ma y. Now we know that the object is not moving up or down. That means acceleration in the y direction will be equal to 0. Now that means sigma Fy is equal to 0. Now we want to find out what are the forces acting on the y-axis and what is the net force of all those forces which are acting on the y-axis. So if you look at the diagram, we have got Fn and t sine 45 acting vertically upwards and 150 acting vertically downwards. So we are going to write Fn as positive plus t sine 45 also positive because they are upwards, minus 150 will be negative because it's downwards, equal to 0. Okay, now we want to find the value of Fn. So we have to take t sine 45 and 150 on the other side. So it will become 150 minus t sine 45. We can use our calculator at this point and get the value as 65 Newton. Now we want to find the frictional force. So the frictional force is on the x-axis. So we have to apply Newton's law for the x-axis. So let's do that. Okay. So we'll write sigma Fx equal to max And here again we have to think, what is the acceleration in the x direction? Okay, here do we have the acceleration in the x direction? We don't have the acceleration. That means we would not be able to find the friction using this formula. So instead we are going to use the formula for friction. When we define friction, we learned the formula for friction, which was mu Fn. And we already have the value of mu, which is 0.5, and Fn is given as 65. We can see here mu is 0.5 and Fn is 65. We calculated and we can get the answer for this as 33 Newton using our calculator. Now in the next part, we want to find acceleration. That means now we have to use this equation to find the acceleration of the crate in the x direction. So let's use sigma fx equal to mex, and in the x direction we can see that there is friction, there is t cosine 45 which is acting in the x direction. So we have to find the net force. T cosine 45 will be positive because it's towards the right and it's in the direction of acceleration, minus friction equal, the mass is 15, multiplied by ax. So now we have got t is 120, so we can write that t is 120 cosine 45 minus friction we got as 33 equal to 15 ax, and we can use this to calculate the value of ax with our calculator, and that comes out as 3.5 meter per second square. So that's how we solve this problem based on Newton's second law.